The Kuwaiti Praetorians, as the soldiers of the Kuwaiti Royal Guards call themselves, might have been caught during maneuvers, but they were completely unfazed as they proceeded with their counterattack, as if it was part of the exercise. The attack came at around 6:30 in the morning of August 12th, as members of the Iraqi Armored Regiment crossed the border in protest to claims of Kuwaiti slant drilling practices, which have caused significant tension in the relations of the two countries. The soldiers of the Royal Guards, exclusively made up from contractors of Executive Solutions, effectively pinned down the attack before destroying a large number of Iraqi T-72 tanks. James Sanderson, one of our reporters in the scene, was directly embedded with one of the units during the exercise and gauged the reaction of the troops on the front line.
Later, these tankies, as they called themselves, would wheel round, slicing across the north of Kuwait to trap as much of the occupying force as possible. Inside these battle taxis, as the men prefer to call them, the mechanized infantry prepared for their job. At its most severe, killing enemy soldiers in their foxholes with bayonet and grenade.
We're killing on a personal basis. The guys at the top there are killing people from kilometres away. We have to get out and actually clear the places, obviously the grenade, the rifle and the bayonet, if need be.
Does it worry you, the thought of using the bayonet?
Well, no, I've got loved ones back home and I want to get back to them as much as the rest of the guys, so I'm prepared to do anything to get back home.
The quick reaction force that came to relieve the guards was equipped with a wide array of Prometheus Technologies equipment, such as the Tantalus MLRS artillery vehicle and more conventional equipment, while they were covered from the air by Kuwaiti F-14 Tomcats. Fighting continued through the night as Kuwaiti forces pushed into Iraqi territory, capturing and destroying large formations of enemy armored vehicles in order to make their point that the small Kuwaiti emirate was not to be trifled with. Regular and block forces were equipped with interface plugs and the Prometheus Owl, Mark I ocular augments, which provided them with a significant nighttime advantage.
We took a knock yesterday. You're all grown men, you're all soldiers, and we go on. I'm very proud of you last night. It didn't seem to affect what we did in the slightest. So thank you very much indeed.
And while Colonel McAllister's speech, the commander of the Kuwait Royal Guards, gives one the impression that the worst might be behind us, elsewhere in the Persian Gulf, the vicious fighting between forces loyal to Amaroil and ENI, the world's premier energy providers continues unabated as political leadership around the world seems unable to solve the riddle that is what many analysts have began calling the first corporate war. From Kuwait City for RMG News, this is Christiane Amanpour.